making a greater profit
Oh yeah.
down the road. So I guess there's two different ways you can look at this. And I think we've covered both of those right now.
Correct. So like with what we're doing here, it's going to take a lot of upfront work to get the ball rolling with anything. But then once you can consistently get the good products, say I've done some samples and like maybe I bought 2 or 3 of this, 5 of this, and like you have 10 different things you place little small bets on, and 6 of them work, 4 of them don't. You don't buy the 4 anymore and you replenish the 6. And you continue to grow that and place smaller bets and then continue the ones that work. And you keep growing bigger and bigger and bigger. And then it's kind of on autopilot. You have like, once you put in all the work on the research, you're just adding to it as you go.
Okay.
And you might get, you know, as you grow, you're gonna get more profits and it's gonna be consistent.
And you become,
But it's a lot of,
become better at it.
yeah, you become
Whereas,
better.
as on the sourcing,
Yeah,
like right now, what you'd say we're 50-50?
50-50 of like a good
having
product
a good
or bad.
product versus bad product? Or a
I
little bit
can't
higher?
put a number to it, but it's,
Okay. Well, hopefully you want to get to the point where we're 95%
yeah, sure.
successful at all our sourcing of a product.
Because up front, like you see all of the, e-com says you can make about 20% of profit. And me doing it from my garage, I'm like, I was making 300%.
300%.
So I was like, I think we can do better than 20%. But that's when you get into, you see all these deals and you're like, wow, like this is cool. I can make $2 or $3 on this, $2 or $3 on this. And you run the metrics and it's like, well, it's gonna sell 10 a day. So I'm like, I'll buy a week and a half of supply. It's 100 units. Well, then the price drops.
Yeah.
And now I have 100 units, even though I only spent like $200 or $300 on it. Now I have 100 units that the price dropped. So it's a learning process and figuring out.
Well, the other thing on that is that happened to us. The price dropped.
Yeah.
But you have the choice of return, or you can hold on to it for the price to go back up, right?
So that's another risk that you take when you're doing this.
Okay. And again, you go back to the metrics. What's it going to look like?
We can't go take that product back to the wholesaler because we've already bought the product. So you can either take a loss on the product and sell it off on Amazon, or you can wait and see if the price goes back up. Maybe 3 months out of the year, everybody doesn't have access to that product anymore. There's gaps in the supply chain. And that's when FBA sellers thrive. They will take the product, all the competition, they all get their inventory, they flood the market, the price drops really low. And you can wait for all of them to sell off their product, and then they have to wait a month to get their product in again. Well, just like Walmart, just like Home Depot, whoever, because we're getting the same, we're going to the same person that they're getting their inventory from. So if Walmart's out of stock, everybody's out of stock.
Right.
So, but if you have your inventory.
Back up a second.
mark
You
up
said
the
that
price.
if you buy it, you already bought it, you can't return. I thought we were able to return something that we bought. Were we not? Or did we just settle it at a loss, or we still hold on to it?
I will have to talk about that. I don't know what you're referring to.
Okay.
But
yeah, I don't know.
yeah, you can't return products. That's a risk you take when you're selling on Amazon. That's why you want to start with the smaller bets first.
Start with small.
And from my perspective, buying a week's worth of inventory seemed like a small bet, but it wasn't small enough. Like, we really have to test the market before you ramp up.
Okay.
So that's why I started transitioning into some bigger products. Instead of making $2 or $3, I wanted to make $10, $15, $20. Even if it waited a week or two, I could make 20 bucks consistently on
a single item.
On a single item.
Okay.
So I might buy 2 or 3 drills, and one of them sells 1 week. There you go, 20 bucks. And then you continue to build that out.
Okay.
It's a game.
Right.
It's kind of a game. You have to learn how to play it.
All right. So is there anything else you think we need to tell about on the e-commerce side, the Amazon store?
Amazon's just one way to make money online, and it's a very complicated, analytical way to do it, but it can be wildly successful if you do it right. It's not easy, but you can do it. Another common way people do stuff is creating their own drop shipping business, affiliate marketing. You can make money online in many different ways. So what we're doing with the Bud's YouTube channel, we're gonna get a website up.
Okay, that's going on the
on
next
another
video.
video.
Yeah, we'll get to that on the next video.
Get that, yeah, next
So,
video.
Yeah,
But
we're just talking about the Amazon store for now. What?
gotcha. Amazon store, there's many ways you can make money on Amazon too. We are doing what you call FBA. I can't remember the term, but we're using on other people's listings.
Instead of other people's money, we're using other people's listing. Kind of the same idea.
So they work to get this listing built up using advertising dollars. you know, Dawn dish soap or something.
Yeah, so
they
we don't pay any advertising dollars
Right, no.
at all. So that's a big savings for us.
If you want to sell your chicken shirt on Amazon, you're going to have to develop a listing, put in advertising, do SEO, search engine optimization research. You're going to have to start from scratch and build this listing up to start selling your stuff, because it's going to be buried in all the listings. No one's going to see it.
So besides the Amazon, you said there's different ways.
Yeah.
So you were talking like Etsy, Facebook, or Marketplace. Those are different ways too that you were.
These are different platforms.
Platform.
There's different methods to use as well. You have drop shipping, you have affiliate marketing, you have FBA wholesale. That's what we're doing. I just remembered it. FBA wholesale. You have there's hundreds of different ways you can make money online, and many different platforms that you can do it on too. And we can get into that on another video if you want.
We'll stick with our Amazon.
Amazon.
What we know, what we're doing.
There's mainly two different ways. You can do fulfilled by merchant, fulfilled by Amazon. You can fulfill stuff out of your own garage, and you won't get the Prime badge. But if you have like a product, a candle, and you want to sell it and make a little extra side money, you can do that. Just keep in mind that you're going to have to develop your listing. You're going to have to put in the advertising money. You're going to have to put in the time looking up, getting good quality pictures, videos, call outs. It's all digital marketing. And you're going to have to do all that upfront work if you want to sell your custom made candle. But people do it and they get really successful with fulfilling it out of the garage. And then they're like, oh, I want to sell it on FBA so people can get it in 1 to 2 days. So they then take 50 units that they just made or something, send it into Amazon's fulfillment center, and then Amazon will fulfill your inventory. And there's different fees associated with both different routes. You get more of a profit margin fulfilling it yourself. However, you're then having to pay for shipping. You're then having to do all the upfront work as far as bringing the product from your house to the customer, whereas Amazon has big relationships with UPS. They can give you discounted prices to send it. So if I go and fulfill my candle myself, I might pay $7 in shipping to go down to UPS and ship it. Whereas if I go on Amazon, it might only cost $2 or $3 or $4 for them to ship it.
Okay.
But they're going to charge you a fee too.
Yeah, so that's one of the things we're seeing is you get a fee. And Brady made something he mentioned a while ago is on our, and I've noticed this handling the books, is that Amazon, we will get a payment from them. The earliest is 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Normally it's more like 3 weeks to a month sometimes.
So I can explain that too. When you start out on Amazon.
But hold on, let me finish on what I was going to talk about. But Amazon does charge you fees for what he was just talking about. And they don't wait to charge you those fees.
Oh,
they're just like that. But they wait to send you your money, and that's the way most businesses work anyway. But just so you know, you got to have some financial inventory in your bank account to cover a 30-day to 45-day period between your inventory and when you're getting profits in. So go ahead. What were you?
Yeah. So with you getting your Amazon payments, if say you have 100 products, you're starting out fresh, and you or 100 units of inventory, you send them into Amazon. So they're already spending money to get your product, to process it. You haven't sold anything.
Right.
So you're in the negative already.
Yes.
And then you start selling the product and they're shipping it. So more fees. They're fulfilling it.
And
so
you're
going more negative. Well, once you start getting profit, the initial is just paying back those fees. Like they aren't going to charge you necessarily right away. They're going to wait until you get, it's every 2 weeks they settle up basically. So if you're in the negative $50 on the second week, they're going to ding you $50 on your bank account. But once you start getting rolling and you start putting more product through and your profit goes from the negative to the positive,
right,
you'll start getting checks. But it takes, there's a lag time.
There's a lag.
That's why it took us a period of time to get built up.
Yeah, because we started these videos, we started talking about this back February.
Yeah.
And so this February, March, April, May, we're 3.5 months from when our first videos came out about this. And we're just now starting to see a little bit of some profit. It's all been built up.
Most of that is because I haven't been able to give it the dedication that it's needed. I will take the blame for some of that, but you can see the reward probably within like a month to a month and a half of ramping something up. Just know that it takes a lot of, you got to get that ball rolling and get sales. More sales coming in, you'll be able to see your results quicker. But if you're still trying to figure it out, you're doing all this analysis paralysis, you know?
Okay, right.
You can over research
Yeah.
to the point of not making a decision and then not know what to do because you're already in the
Yeah,
situation.
Brady had me, goes, here, you check this out, research this, or look at this. He sent me something. About 5 minutes, my eyes rolled up in the head and I went comatose. I'm like, no, you got to have his type of brain set and personality, whereas mine does not operate that way.
At least 2 brain cells, and preferably they're not fighting each other.
Yeah. All right. Hey, we're going to end this video here. Hit that like and subscribe button. Let's get this out. There's a lot of people out there who's looking for side hustles and ideas to Amazon or an e-commerce store. So hit that like and subscribe button. And everybody, this is a side hustle survivalist and genius Brady. So say goodbye, Brady.
Goodbye, YouTube.